Alright everyone, let's begin the today's lesson. In this video, we're going to look at how to write a formal IELTS general training writing task pen, because I know a lot of students who struggle in this segment, especially when they have to organize their thoughts and maintain a polite tone. So now I'll take you through everything step by step in a simple and logical manner. Before we begin, I'll give you an overview about how this entire session is gonna be. First, I'll teach you how to read and understand the question, because having a proper understanding about the question is important before we start writing. And then I'll teach you how to identify the type of letter. There I will see whether the letter is formal or informal and how it should be identified. Then we will learn how to plan and structure your letter, and having a plan is also really important in order to avoid feeling lost while we are writing. Then I'll teach you how to write the letter step by step. We will start the introduction and end with a sign of segment. Then there are two more important things to be covered. First, I'll teach you how to proofread to check for mistakes and errors in your letter. Then we will improve the letter by upgrading the vocabularies and the sentence structures that you have used. Let's begin. Okay, step one, read and understand the question. So now let's begin with our question for today. You recently ordered a piece of furniture online, but it arrived damaged. Write a letter to the manager of the online store. In your letter, describe the furniture you ordered, explain what the problem is, say what you want the manager to do about it. Alright, now let's pause for a moment and think about what's happening here. See, you bought something online, a piece of furniture, it came damaged and you are unhappy about it. Now we need to write to the manager to ask what happened and for help. If you look at the situation, it's really simple, but also there's a pattern exists here. In the first paragraph, you can describe what you bought online, and the second paragraph, you can say what happened, and third paragraph can describe what you want them to do for you. Now, just by reading the question itself, we can observe what all the things to be included in the body sections of the paragraphs. Of course, we'll start with an introduction and end with a polite conclusion. So hereafter, if you read the question carefully, you can know what all the things to be ordered in the letter and the organization of the letter itself you can have prior to start writing. Step 2, identify the type of letter. So in IELTS, there are three types of letters: formal, semi-formal and informal. But honestly, to make it really easy for you to understand, you can just focus on either formal or informal letter. In your question, if you find something like write a letter to a friend, it's an informal letter. Instead, if you find something like and write a letter to your manager, teacher, landlord, this should be a formal letter. Now, what would be the difference between this formal and informal? Definitely, the way we write will entirely change. For example, if it's an informal letter, you can use expressions like contractions, and even slang expressions can moderately used. But when it comes to formal letter, everything should be included in a formal manner. If you look at our question, it says that write a letter to the manager. So definitely it's a formal letter. Now, just by making a small difference like this, you can expect a huge difference in your band score. Alright, step 3, planning. I always tell my students at least take 1 minute before start writing for planning, which will save you around 5 minutes of confusion later. The 1 minute that you initially spend can be utilized for deciding what all the information you are going to include in the letter, in which order you're going to present all these. Now, let's just make a plan for this letter together. See, in the first paragraph, we can describe the purpose or else the introduction of the letter. Later, in the second paragraph, we can describe the furniture. The third paragraph can explain the problem. Fourth paragraph, we can say request for action. And the final paragraph can be a closing or else the conclusion one. This is our simple 4-paragraph letter structure. If you follow this, it keeps your letter logical, organized and well structured. So hereafter, always follow this method so that before start writing, you will have a well structured letter structure for you to follow. Step 4, writing the letter step by step. Now let's write a letter for this question paragraph by paragraph. Listen to me carefully. Paragraph 1, introduction or purpose. In your first paragraph, you just need to explain the purpose why you are writing. Start with the phrase I am writing to, because that phrase works for almost every formal letter. For example, I am writing to express my disappointment regarding a piece of furniture I recently purchased from your online store which arrived damaged. See how clear that is. You have explained the purpose in one line, formal, polite, and straight to the point. That's all about the first paragraph. Let's move on to the second paragraph. In the second paragraph, you describe what you bought. This helps the manager identify your order quickly. So here is how you can write it. I ordered a wooden study desk model Workcase 200 in the brown color from your website on October 5th. The item was delivered to my home address in Bangalore on October 10th, and my reference number is W200-98234. That's perfect, clear, and specific and realistic. You have mentioned the model, color, date, and reference number just like a real customer would do. That's all about the second paragraph. Now let's move on to paragraph 3. In paragraph 3, we explain what went wrong. Here is how we can write it. Upon opening the package, I noticed a large crack across the surface of the desk, and one of the drawers was completely broken. The damage appears to have occurred during transportation as the packing was torn and poorly sealed. This sounds calm and factual, not emotional or angry. That's exactly the right tone for a formal complaint. Always remember that in IELTS letters, polite language gives you better coherence and tone markers. That's all about the paragraph 3. Now let's move on to paragraph 4. In the last body paragraph, tell the manager what you would like them to do. Here is a good example. I would appreciate if you could arrange either a replacement for the damaged desk or a full refund. Please let me know how I can return the item without incurring any shipping costs. I have attached photos of the damage for your reference. This paragraph is polite, direct, and well balanced. You're asking clearly but respectfully, and that's what the examiner wants. That's all about the last paragraph. Now let's move on to the closing or sign off section. To close the letter, use a polite and professional sign off. For example, kind regards and your full name. It's simple, clean, and appropriate for any formal situation. Never end with best wishes or see you soon in formal letters. That's for your friends. So far, we have seen how to write a perfect letter using different steps in detail. Now, after completion of your letter, the step 5 or else one of the important steps to be followed is proofreading. While you proofread, you just need to check for grammar, spelling, missing articles, and punctuations, or else even the presence of repeated words, because even a small mistake like this can entirely affect your score. So you have to be careful about it. So at least read once from top to bottom carefully and slowly, which is really important. After this, we'll move on to the next step. You just need to check for whether you can improve or else enhance any vocabulary or else sentence structures which you have used in the letter, which will really enhance your score. Now just make a quick reference here. Especially I'll give a list of words which can be upgraded for the letter that we have written. Listen to me carefully. Bought can be written as purchased. Broken can be written as damaged or defective. Similarly, you can change problem into issue or fault. At the same time, send can be mentioned as dispatched. Actually, this small change can make your letter smoother and more formal for getting perfect high band score. Alright, that's all for today's lesson. I hope you find this video really useful. Now, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.